我住在了中国4个月。我去了河北唐山外国语学校。And today, I want to be talking about my experience in China and how amazing it was. First of all, I want to say that Chinese culture and Chinese people, I love it. I think it's beautiful, and I love how the Chinese have so much honor for their elders. And I think that's something that Americans really should try to embrace. And so I just wanted to talk about my experience. I went to China for 10 months. It was the year program. I got a scholarship from British Petroleum to go there. It was a full scholarship, and it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I was so happy because I got to live with a family, and I had a host sister, and she taught me Chinese, and I taught her English. So it was one of the most amazing experiences. And probably I was asked to speak about something that really touched me the most. What touched me the most was the fact that I was able to create a relationship with someone from a different culture. Because here, you know, everyone knows English when you come to America, so you kind of know. But when you go to another country and you're able to embrace their culture and who they are, it's really important. So in school is very different in China than it is in America. But I think that's why Chinese people are so smart, because they really, really try really hard when it comes to education. So我应该练习汉语. My Chinese is getting, when I go to college, I plan to go to St. John's University in New York. So when I go, I'm going to take Chinese classes, and my Chinese is going to get where it was before. So thank you so much for letting me speak. Does anyone have any questions?
You said you get your scholarship from BP, right? And where did you get that information?
From the school. That's why the school is so amazing. They let out information. They said, hey, there's a scholarship, a study abroad scholarship through AFS, which is a study abroad organization, and it's for students in Texas and a couple other states, and you get the scholarship. If you get it, it's based on financial need, academic, and passion to really want to go. So I was able to get the scholarship.
Another question. So you've been there for 10 months, and does that influence your academic work here? Because you're missing 10 months here.
Right. So when I went to China, it all depends on the school you go to. The school I went to, they didn't offer me core classes. So when I came here, some people take an extra year. I just decided to do all of it in my senior year. And I think that going to China really made me confident enough to do that. Because before, if I thought about it and I said, okay, if I go, then I'm going to do the extra year. But when I went to China, it really gave me that confidence to kind of be able to do everything in 1 year. And for me, it's really not that hard.
One of the advantages of our early college high school is that they're getting ahead. So if they go to China for 1 year, spend 1 extra year in high school, they still come out 1 year ahead because they're getting college at the same time. But many students, because they want to be with their friends, their peers, they have in their head, I should graduate 2015, not 2016, they do extra work. And because now we have technology, we can, and everybody has a laptop, we have courses online they can take during the summer. When she came back, she could take courses, she could get ahead. So although we tell them, it's a great opportunity here, go to China, great learning experience, hard to get credit in the United States for Chinese classes, although, you studied so hard and worked, then you can go and you can stay an extra year. Most students do not want to stay 1 more year because they want to graduate with their friends and their peers and get ahead. So the good thing is with technology and with the early college high school partnership with the college classes they can take in the summer, they can take after hours, they can double up. So is that what you're doing?
Yes, and it's definitely, I do want to add on, it's a win-win situation. So no matter what you do, you're still going to come out with a lot of advantages.
In China, do you take courses with Chinese students?
Yes. I took English class with all the Chinese students, and sometimes they would let us go into the classes that they were in, but I didn't really understand at the beginning. But then as the year went on, I was able to understand, and it's cool to see in another country somebody learning your language. So the teacher, and I must say the teacher was really, sometimes her English was even better than mine. So that was an amazing experience. But most of the time I was with the other foreign students, and we learned Chinese every day for 4.5 hours every day.
How many foreign students in that school?
In my school, there was 6 of us. It was 1 from America, me, 1 from Italy, 2 from Germany, 1 from Sweden, and 1 from Venezuela.
Wow.
So, and that was also amazing to have friends who were from, international friends, which that was an amazing experience.
Thank you guys for asking questions, and she really need to go internship. On the other hand, that we have so many people really want to share, so feel free that you guys can asking questions, but if you can keep at the end, and then so I can allow the student who need to go internship that they go first. I don't want them to miss their own duty they're supposed to do on Friday.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave now. 再见.
谢谢。
Hey, my name is Stephanie, and I'm Jackie, and we're twins, and
You can't tell because of the hair, but they do look alike.
We also did were awarded the BP scholarship at the same time Cecily was. We traveled with AFS I traveled to Brazil, and she traveled to Malaysia. It was the first time we ever were apart. Like, we had never spent a night apart from each other. We were always together. And then we decided to go halfway across the world from each other. It was I loved my experience. I met so many new people. I understood a new culture. I learned a new language. I went to Brazil, so I learned Portuguese. I know Spanish, so it didn't take me too long to learn, but it was different than what I was used to. I went to Malaysia, and I was put in public school with everybody else, and I didn't get the opportunity Cecily did, where they learned Chinese. They just threw us in there and expected us to learn it on our own. And it was a completely different language. The main language is Malay, but they also speak Chinese and Tamil, but in the schools they teach in Malay and English. So it was a little difficult for me because it's completely different than anything I knew. But I learned it in about maybe 4 months, and I was speaking conversational, but I still can't really read the books. It's a little complicated for me, but I can have conversations and get around. And I also lived in a Muslim family. It was really different for me and I learned so much about different religions and cultures that were just completely different from my own. And I also learned a lot about the Southeast Asian culture as well. Because I was also able to travel to Thailand and Singapore as well in my stay.